Hello, welcome to week 2. Hope you've had a restful few days and you're ready to go. Let's go. So we're just going to go over an overview of what to expect for this week. We're going to talk about free weights versus resistance machines. We're going to look at cardiovascular intervals and RPE. We're going to talk about how you can use the app to your advantage and then how you adapt workouts to suit you. So what to expect for this week? It's the first week of weighted exercises. So we're looking at bringing in 3 full body sessions. You've got 3 cardiovascular interval sessions added on to them. For each of those days, we've also got some learning. So today it's just the introduction video. Tomorrow, which is day 2, you've got a rest day, but then we're looking at how you build muscle and what we mean when we say progressive overload. Day 3, you've got your second full body workout, your second cardiovascular interval session, and then we're looking at the range of motion and the mind-muscle connection. Day 4 is a rest day, and then we're looking at cardiovascular and lung capacity and the impact it has on strength and muscular endurance. And then finally, we've got our third full body workout session. We've got our third cardiovascular interval session, and we have a review of the week for our learning. And then there are 2 tasks. So today's task is if you want to do your weekly weight and photos, do them today. And then on Friday or day 5, you have your weekly check-in where you review your week and let me know if there's anything that needs changing. Okay, so free weights versus resistance machines. What do we mean? Free weights are any weight that you can pick up and move around. So dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, weight plates, they all count as free weights. These are great because they not only use the muscle that you're trying to focus on, they also engage supporting muscles and stabilization muscles. So they actually end up strengthening a whole lot more than just the isolation muscle that you're trying to target. They can take a time to master, but they will allow you to push yourself to your limits. Resistance machines are great for beginners and for people who want to isolate muscles specifically. They are usually big, heavy machines. They limit your path of movement, so you can only go in a certain path. That means that you reduce the risk of injury, but it's also really good for allowing the muscle to be isolated. Sometimes you find that a lift is actually limited not by the muscle that you're trying to target, but by other muscles around it. By using these machines, the resistance machines, you can sometimes push a lot harder because you're disengaging the activation of the other muscle. Point of interest. You'll hear a lot of people talking about reps and sets. So when we talk about reps, that means repetitions. It's how many times you do the exercise. Number of sets is how many times you repeat that block of reps. So you might hear someone saying 3 sets of 12. That means they're going to do 1 set of 12 repetitions. They're going to rest. They're then going to repeat that. They're going to rest, and then they're going to repeat that for a final 3rd time. So that is what we mean when we say reps and sets. So cardiovascular intervals. This is different from the steady state cardiovascular work we did last week. This is where you push yourself really, really hard for 30 seconds, say, and then you pull back to a more moderate intensity, and it allows your body to really push the limitations. You know that you're going to have a rest period, so your body can push a little bit harder. You run through your energy stores that you've got in your muscles, so you kind of max them out. So it enables your body to think, actually, maybe I need to store a bit more. Maybe I need to start increasing the amount of mitochondria, which are your little powerhouses in the cells, so that I can do this more and more often because this person is doing this, and therefore I think it's going to be something I'll need to do in the future. It's also great because it increases the amount of calories you burn compared to steady state cardio, but there's like an afterburn effect. So after intervals, you will find that your body will continue to burn calories and need energy for, say, 4 hours after, or a period of time after, depending on the intensity of the exercise. So it's a really good way of starting to lose body fat. When we're talking about cardio and other forms of activity, we often refer to a state of intensity called the rate of perceived exertion, so RPE. This is a scale that is personalized. It means that a 10 for me and a 10 for you might be different, but we both understand that pushing ourselves to our limit is a 10. 5, again, might be different from person to person, but everyone is aware what a 5 looks like on a scale of 1 to 10. Everyone knows that you're kind of at a point where you can still talk, but you're starting to move your body. And you can continue that for hours, probably without needing to do much. But it's a good scale, so you'll find sometimes in the certainly in the intervals, you'll have a RPE of say 6, 9, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9. So you need to gauge where that is for you, and it will change over time as you get more and more comfortable with doing this. Okay, so the app is hopefully starting to become a bit more key to your successes this week. I know there's probably been a few teething problems. Please feel free to reach out if you need a bit more help with that. These are some top tips. So you can look at your past history. This won't matter this week so much, but next week and after that, you will find that we're doing exercises again and again. So go back, have a look at your history, see whether you're improving, whether you're staying the same, or whether you're decreasing in terms of your intensity. You can message directly from the app in an exercise. When you press the message button, it will then tag the exercise that you're working on, and it will allow me to see what you're talking about. So you don't have to say, oh, this chest press is doing my head in. I don't really get it. You can just say, this doesn't make sense to me. Can you give me some help? And I'll know exactly what you're talking about. Please make sure that you record any changes to reps and weights. This is vital because the system tracks your progress, and later on it will start auto suggesting weights to push yourself to. You need to make sure that the data is going in correctly. I will give you a suggestion for weight, and I will give you a suggestion for reps, but you need to put in your actual result. You can add extra sets if you need. So if you've got to the end of 3 sets and you think, oh, I've got loads more to give, and you feel like you've rushed through, when you're a bit more experienced, you can add extra sets. Please also make sure that you're ticking the boxes to make sure that each of those exercises is marked as complete, because if it's not ticked, the app will not use it to calculate your progress. So it's key that you mark it all as done. If you haven't finished it, leave that unticked, and the system will again not pick up the data. Okay, so if you need to make adaptations, which is perfectly fine, the first place to start is weight. Adjust the weight up or down depending on how close to the rep range you are getting. If you are below the rep range that I have given you, then you need to decrease the weight, make it easier. If you are well above the rep range, then you need to increase the weight to make it harder. The rep range is there for a reason. So please try and adjust the weight up and down. If I've given a weight, say 20, that doesn't work for you, you start where you need. You can always add more weight later. It is not a race. We are just building up, okay? You can adjust reps within that. So if the rep range is 8 to 12 and you're at 8, the next time you do that workout, you might find you're doing 9, 10, whatever. That's great. You can adjust it. Speed, think about how slow you are doing a movement. Generally, I would suggest count on the way up or down for 2, pause in the middle for 1, count 2 on the way back. You can, if someone is using a machine or a free weight that you need, you can always skip forward to the next exercise, and then when you're ready you can skip back. So just swipe in the app, forward and backwards. And finally, you can swap out exercise type if you need. So if you click on the exercise, there's a little drop down and it will give you any alternatives. Not every exercise has them, but if I have put them in, that's how you find them. Finally, I think, this is an exciting week. You're learning loads of new stuff. You have to check your ego. You will think you should know how to do this. You will think you should be able to lift more. Don't. Leave that all at the door. Come with a fresh, open mind. Just try your best. Things will get better. You are just focusing on the basics. Do the basics right and the results will come later. I hope you have a great week. Please reach out if you need anything. I'll see you at the other side. Bye.